Imagine this. The world is filled with confusion, truth feels distant, and people no longer know what to trust. And in that moment, a man will appear. Not an ordinary man. A deceiver so powerful that people will believe he controls reality itself. He will show things that look like miracles. He will speak in a way that feels convincing. He will offer what people desire the most. And many will follow him. This is the story of Dajjal. But to understand who he is, you have to go back. Because Dajjal is not just someone who suddenly appears. His story begins long before that moment. It begins with people. With human nature. With the way hearts slowly change over time. Because deception does not succeed in a strong world. It succeeds in a prepared world. Throughout history, there has always been a pattern. People start with clarity. They know what is right. They understand what is wrong. But slowly, things begin to shift. Truth becomes flexible. Standards begin to change. People stop asking what is true. And start asking what feels right. And that is where everything begins. Because when people stop caring about truth, they become ready for deception. There were times in history when truth was clear. But people still turned away from it. Not because they did not understand, but because it did not match what they wanted. And this is important. Because Dajjal will not force people to follow him. He will attract them. Through their desires. Through their fears. Through their weaknesses. He will not come into a world that is stable. He will come into a world that is already confused. A world where people are already searching for something. Searching for answers. Searching for meaning. And when people are searching, they are easier to mislead. As time moves forward, the world becomes more connected. Information spreads faster than ever before. But something strange happens. The more people hear, the less they understand. There is more noise, but less clarity. Everyone is speaking, but very few are truly listening. Truth becomes just another opinion. And lies begin to blend in with reality. People start trusting what they see. Even when what they see is not real. They trust what is popular. Even when it is false. They follow what benefits them. Even when it leads them away from truth. And this is how the world slowly prepares itself. Because when Dajjal appears, he will not need to convince everyone from the beginning. Many people will already be prepared to believe him. Dajjal is described as the greatest deceiver. Not because of physical strength, but because of how he manipulates perception. He will show things that look real. He will create illusions that feel undeniable. He will make falsehood appear as truth. And truth appear as falsehood. People will see something with their own eyes. And still be misled. And that is what makes him dangerous. Because when you cannot trust what you see, you begin to lose your sense of reality. Imagine living in a world where nothing feels certain. Where everything you once believed is questioned. Where truth feels distant. And confusion feels normal. That is the environment where Dajjal rises. But here is the deeper reality. His power does not come from himself alone. It comes from people. From what they love. From what they fear. From what they are willing to accept. Because deception only works when people are open to being deceived. Some will follow him because of power. Some because of wealth. Some because of comfort. And some will follow him simply because others are doing it. And this is how deception spreads. Not through force, but through belief. As more people begin to accept him, his influence grows. Not just in the world, but in the minds of people. They begin to defend him. They begin to justify him. They begin to protect him. Even when the truth is clear. Because once a person accepts a lie, it becomes difficult to let it go. And slowly, the line between truth and falsehood disappears. What once felt wrong begins to feel normal. What once felt clear becomes confusing. And people begin to lose their ability to recognize what is real. But all of this is only the beginning. Because the real test does not come before his appearance. The real test begins when he actually appears. When people see him. When they hear him. When they are forced to decide what he will do. How he will deceive people. And why even strong believers will struggle in that moment. That is where everything changes. But all of this is only the beginning. Because everything you've heard so far is just the preparation. The real story begins when Dajjal actually appears. What he will show to the world. How he will deceive people. And why even strong believers may struggle in that moment. That is something you need to understand. So stay with us. Because in part 2, we will go deeper. We will break down what really happens when Dajjal appears. And how people react when the test becomes real. You don't want to miss that.